The black bears in Seminole County are getting too accustomed to free meals, and the stores and online orders are filling up fast. You arrived on that scene. What did you ask them? What are they saying?
But this move did not come cheap. Let's talk about that. In
A
fact,
Florida man already convicted of murder twice is now accused of killing again.
And there are more.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my
They
gosh.
do.
I just want to mention how hard this day is for Orlando police officers. You and I were just talking. They were supposed to be having a coffee with a cop. So what you see behind me, rain that just wouldn't let up. He's got three options. One, he can sign the bill, some of us, a sound we haven't heard in a long time, you know, raindrops hitting the roof.
Yes.
We are working to find out more about two people who were rushed to the hospital.
I took that title.
Can I get a drum roll? Look at that. Lawmakers aren't yet sold on President Trump's budget, despite the efforts of his budget director. Young girls say a man tried to lure them away using a popular smartphone app.
You know, just letting you know how big of a search this really has been. It started at 9:20 at last night and has been going on ever since. We heard from Orange County Sheriff's Office earlier this morning that they were going to keep searching for this child until they called it off. There was no time that they were actually going to suspend this search. So we've been watching as multiple boats were out, sonar equipment being used to find any form of a child inside of that water, and a pretty expansive lake as we were talking. You know, this is that body of water that you cross as you're heading into Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, and if you didn't take
It definitely has been. And you mentioned this national and international media that are here in Central Florida, obviously here for Pulse nightclub and the massacre that happened. But now with this story, everyone converging on Disney. And we actually got calls from London this morning. We got calls from Berlin this morning. And you can imagine why. If you take a stroll down I-Drive or go into the parks, you know there are families from all over the world who visit here. This is their dream vacation that they wait to take. And you can't even imagine just the horror that happened on a relaxing night on the beach.
and all of the
Exactly. And then we had alligator trappers on scene there, marine units, a helicopter in the sky. A dive team was on standby all night. And again, as that sun rose, they actually went into the water to see what they could find, if anything at all. As far as this gator goes that they are looking for, have been looking for hours now, we were told it could be anything from 4 to 6 to 7 feet. There was no indication of exactly what we were looking for. It looks like this press conference is about to start. Let's listen in.
Everyone was asleep, and I just hear boom, 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 boom on the door, and I was like, what is this?
Sharice Fletcher says that was the sound of deputies' fists banging on her door at the Motel 6 on Lee Road. The pregnant mother says she didn't smell any meth or chemicals, but now realizes her kids may have been affected.
The kids were coughing and stuff that night, but I wasn't thinking anything of it. I'm thinking like maybe they just get cold or something like that, but yeah, it's a whole meth lab going on in there.
Orange County deputies arrested these two people seen handcuffed in the back of this cruiser. Both face charges of trafficking narcotics. The sheriff's office has not released their names. It was a lengthy investigation, so long that one motel guest who didn't have her seizure medication passed out. As hazmat crews were busy clearing the room, the motel's manager was busy dodging questions on when and if guests would be let back in.
Do you know if they're going to be reimbursed for their
I have no
rooms?
comment.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, they've been
Thank
out
you.
here for like 6 hours.
We were later told by deputies the guests were allowed back inside around noon. Good news, especially to those who plan to spend their day resting.
Sleeping in today after a long day yesterday. I'll just be happy to just get back in my room and go to bed.
I was just like, I'm Shane and I'm a guy. Like.
But Shane Alexander was born a girl. Freshman year, he says those words made him a target at his Osceola County High School. He says students bullied him, teachers too.
They would make me go into the female locker room. I would just wear my clothes underneath when I had to do it.
The girls in PE accused him of staring. Using the bathroom in itself became a chore.
So you did plan
I had to, yeah. I mean, I would actually hold it in all day at school if I had to. So, and I don't think that's fair. Like, people don't really see that it can make someone sick.
This school year is the first full year where students in Marion County will have to use the bathroom based on the gender on their birth certificate.
Any student that feels uncomfortable in using any facility always has the opportunity to talk with a teacher, to talk with an administrator, and to seek another opportunity or another place to change.
Superintendent George Tommen says part of that policy means students will have access to gender-neutral bathrooms and locker rooms, but Shane says teachers aren't always willing to help.
So you could have a very unaccepting teacher that you go up to and them say that they don't care. you know, and just be like, no, that's your issue.
One Marion County student was suspended for breaking the new rule last year. In a statement, attorneys tell West 2 if the district does not permit our client to use the restroom consistent with his gender identity, the Department of Education may institute enforcement proceedings. Other legal action would be available to us as well.
The board understands their position that if this does go to court, that they will be not on trial, but they will be participating in that. I'm assuming they understand
At Seminole State College, a musical tribute in honor of those who served and a special recognition for one Marine who sacrificed his life helping victims of disaster.
From the day we saw him at boot camp when he graduated, he just was so proud and stood so tall.
Shirley Johnson says her son, Sergeant Ward Mark Johnson, had found where he belonged. Sadly, Johnson's helicopter crashed in May during a relief mission for earthquake victims in Nepal. The Altamont Springs native and 5 other Marines were killed.
To be honest, it's a blur. Very difficult.
Months after Johnson's death, a scholarship at the college now bears his name. Johnson symbolically helping someone else obtain a Seminole State degree, something he did twice. The first recipient, a Marine himself, says he's overwhelmed.
First of all Marines are brothers, and even though I didn't know him, yeah, I feel a bit of pain when I know he's lost. I know his family's lost.
For the Johnsons, this Veterans Day is a celebration, solidifying the legacy of their very own brave soldier.
The flowers die and memories fade, ours won't, but the idea that he will go on and